Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this time around I'm going to be reviewing the iPhone 16 Pro in 2026 to find out why it's a better deal than most phones out there and why you don't need to switch to another phone and why this is still a better value for most of the users that are looking to switch or an upgrade to a newer phone. And I think this is the perfect balance for most of the users. Most of the users do not really need to be on something as high-end as the iPhone 17 Pro or even the iPhone 18 Pro that is going to release in just a few months. So let's buckle up and let's dive right into it. Let's start with how it feels in the hand, because this is where the 16 Pro still earns its keep. Titanium frame gives it that premium weight. It's solid but not heavy. After all this time, it still feels like a phone that you don't want to put down. Then there's the camera control button. When this launched, everyone had an opinion about it, but the real question is, have you ever used it or would you ever want to live with it? Because I've not found a time where I want to open my camera using this button. And then there is this display. So there is a 6.3 inches AMOLED display, and it's one of the easiest things to recommend here. ProMotion at 120Hz still feels buttery smooth in 2026. Scrolling animations, the HDR, the brightness, everything is peak performance here. One thing I miss though is not having an anti-reflective coating, but apart from that, everything is good here. And even the bezels and the outdoor visibility, peak brightness is more than enough to read indirect sunlight, and it's something not to overlook here. On the software side, I don't have much complaints apart from the Apple Intelligence part. It was the big software story when this thing launched. Living with it into 2026 though, I don't use any Apple Intelligence at all, and it might be different for other people, but I've not seen a single useful feature coming out of Apple Intelligence apart from doing random calculations that I throw at it in WhatsApp or the SMS. But apart from that, I don't see any value with Apple Intelligence. But things might be changing in the near future with a software update here or there, but I don't see anything that's actually good with the Apple Intelligence. But it's generally useful in some places, and the iOS is still getting updates as usual, and the software is buttery smooth. Speaking of buttery smooth, here is where the old flagship argument really lands. The A18 Pro chip inside this thing still chews through everything I throw at it. Heavy gaming, multitasking, or light gaming, it has everything going on for it. No stutters, no slowdown or anything like that. It's still as good as a new iPhone. And I mean, you cannot push this thing enough, and you cannot land at a part where you feel like it's lagging behind. Even in 2026, it will do anything you throw at it. Now let's jump to the cameras. The camera system here is seriously good. You've got 48 megapixel main sensor and the 5x telephoto reach. In daylight, the photos come out really crisp with the color science that Apple's known for. In low light, it still holds its details. Portrait shots are good as well, and it does 4K with ProRes as well if you're more into serious kind of work as well. But the camera quality here is seriously surprisingly good, and you would find nothing that beats it apart from maybe the iPhone 17 Pro and some newer flagships from Vivo. Coming to the battery, I think this is where the age can show, and let's be real about it. After a year of use, you should expect some degradation, and that's just how lithium batteries are. In my use case, I get more than 6 to 6.5 hours of use, but I still think you might need to charge it more than once a day. I think twice is good, and that is because I don't charge it to completely 100%. I have set a charging limit to preserve battery life, and there is this argument as well that it does not help at all, but I've seen it preserve my battery with about 400 cycles, conserving it to about 93% of battery health, and it's still there with the maximum capacity, and I think it still works out really well for me, and it has preserved the battery in the long run. So here's the bottom line. In 2026, you can find the iPhone 16 Pro for noticeably less than its launch price. Whether new, refurbished or second hand, at least that's the case where I am. And I think that's the whole argument. You're getting a really good flagship phone, and flagship features at a real discount. And I think anyone who is coming from an older iPhone or want the most phone for your money, this would be a fantastic pick if you're looking to buy something in mid 2026 just before the iPhone 18 Pro launches. And I don't see that it would get a real hit to its price with the iPhone 18 coming out. I would think that the 17 series would get the most hit and the degradation factor. But if you still need the newest cameras, latest feature, and money isn't the deciding factor, you can still wait for the iPhone 18. But I think for everyone else, the iPhone 16 Pro in 2026, it's an absolute killer phone and one of the best buys that you can get. This is Sun, and I'm signing out. Catch you guys in the next one.